Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Richard and I review Pakistani dramas. In today's video, I'm going to be revealing my top 5 Pakistani dramas. I'm not saying these are the best Pakistani dramas of all time, lekin ye meri favorite Pakistani dramas hai. Okay, cool. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos from me, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So as I've mentioned on this channel before, I've watched a lot of Pakistani dramas. And something I really appreciate about Pakistani dramas is that they don't need a lot of flashy effects, special effects, sound effects, visual effects, all that stuff. It's very simple, just normal scenes that the average person can relate to, and it is very grounded storytelling, which I think is very important as well. So because the filmmaking is simple, they have to pay a lot of attention to the storyline, and they really have to work on it and develop it to make sure it sticks with the audience. And I think they do a very good job with that, which is why you have a lot of very good, impactful, and meaningful dramas. So I think this is a very fun video for me to do, especially as someone who is not a native Pakistani, but who has also been introduced and exposed to a lot of elements of Pakistani culture. But before I get into the top 5, I want to talk about 3 dramas that I will say are honorable mentions. And the first one is Cheek. I really enjoyed Cheek because it is like a murder mystery lekin with Pakistani twist. I like shows where you're trying to figure out who committed the crime, or when you're waiting for something to be revealed to the characters that has already been revealed to the audience, or a situation where nobody knows what's happening but you're kind of suspecting so many different characters. I feel like this drama did a very good job with that. The drama deals with a lot of themes about abusing privilege and advocating for social justice. So I think this drama came out at a time where they were trying to shed more light on a lot of these kinds of issues that were happening in Pakistan. Also, I really like Sabah Qamar and Bilal Abbas as actors, so I was very excited to see how they performed in this drama. But overall, Cheek, very enjoyable watch. The next honorable mention is Parizad. I know a lot of you will be watching this video and saying, how can Parizad not make it to the top 5? But trust me, I struggled with making this list, but I think I just prefer the ones in the top 5 more than Parizad. Parizad storytelling was amazing, like really good storytelling. It touches on themes like racism and colorism, social class, identity, love, the concept of working your way up to the top. So many important themes that I think are so monumental for Pakistani society. And the character development was fantastic, acting amazing. I forget the name of the actor who played Parizad, but I think he did a very good job. You can tell they really took their time to put together a wonderful story, and that is why Parizad is a favorite for many. And the last honorable mention is Lapata. This is a very colorful, very fun, but also serious drama. And Aiza Khan, wo kitni achi thi. She was so good in this drama, honestly. At first, I thought her character would annoy me, but I actually really liked her character by the end of the show. I think it was a very different character she played, especially because I had only seen her in Mere Paas Tum Ho, which in that one she played a very serious, we'll talk about it later, but her character in Lapata was very different and I really enjoyed it. It was very refreshing for me. I felt like this drama was very easy to watch. It was quite playful, and the soundtrack was incredible. I keep singing the song all the time. Such a good soundtrack, honestly. I really had fun watching Lapata. Okay, now let's get into my top 5 Pakistani dramas. At number 5, we have Alif. Honestly, I think Alif cinematically is probably the best Pakistani drama that has been created. Cinematically. It is a very deep, symbolic, and spiritual drama. And the way it is filmed is so refined. It really goes with the theme of depth and spirituality. Bahut professional or artistic hai. To me, it doesn't even look like a home drama. It looks like something that could actually be a movie in the cinema. The show touches on a lot of meaningful themes like finding yourself, going back into a relationship with God, and not compromising your values for earthly things. Before watching the show, I had always heard that Urdu poetry is the best in the world. And after watching it, I can kind of see what people say when they say that. The show is just poetic from start to finish, and it's a very touching production. I'm really, wow, like Sejal Ali in this show, and what's the name of the guy who played Momin? Hamza Ali Abbas. They were amazing in this one. Fantastic drama, but the only reason it's going in number 5 for me is because maybe that excitement factor wasn't there compared to some of the other shows I'll be talking about in this list. At number 4, we have Khasara. When I started watching Hasara, I did not know what to expect at all, but by the end of it, I was so impressed. It's kind of a sad story about love, friendship, betrayal, and greed. And the storyline I thought was excellent. You have the village girl who is obsessed with wealth and power and status, and because of that she leaves her husband, but even in all those trials her husband has such a good heart. I was really impressed by Sonia Michelle and Junaid Khan's acting. I'd never watched them before, but wow, they were amazing in this one. But another thing that I really liked about Kasara is that it is a very self-contained drama. There are not too many characters and there are not too many scene changes. I think from what I remember, a lot of it was shot in the house. So it's a very simple drama, but because of that they have to dive deep into the storyline, and I felt like they did a fantastic job with that. At number 3 we have the beloved Zindagi Gulzar Hai, and wow, I mean this was one of the first Pakistani dramas I ever watched, and it just, every time I think about it, I have that nostalgic feeling. I think the best way to describe Zindagi Gulzar Hai is just wholesome. You have a strong-willed female character who does not trust men because of a lot of her bad experiences, but she ends up falling for the bad boy, and through their journey the bad boy changes a lot of his ways. They come to an understanding. He learns how to respect her. It's a very simple storyline. It's nothing new that we haven't heard of before, but I felt like the acting really elevated that story to the point where each of the characters leaves a lasting impression on you. Sanam Saeed, fantastic. Fawad Khan, fantastic. These are legends of the Pakistani drama industry, and wow, I really could understand why after watching Zindagi Gulzar Hai. At number 2 we have Mere Paas Tum Ho, and my god, I don't think I've ever seen hype for a Pakistani drama like this, and I wasn't even in Pakistan, so I can't even imagine what it was like there. Every week there was so much talk about Mere Paas Tum Ho, and I remember when it came to the final episode they didn't even air it on YouTube because of how big it was. I think they opened it in cinemas in Pakistan, or you had to download the ARY digital app or something like that, but on that one there weren't subtitles, which was annoying for me because YouTube was my only way to watch it. Mere Paas Tum Ho, my goodness, the story is a beautiful story. It is about love and betrayal and sacrifice, and the drama shows what can happen when you allow your greed or your desire for earthly things run into your life and just take over your life. To the point where this woman abandoned her husband and her son just because of money. But the husband stayed and was faithful and raised the son. And I thought this was a very interesting thing they did in the show, because usually we're more familiar with seeing the man abandoning his wife and children, but this was the reverse. And I felt like that made it even more powerful somehow. And the end of the drama is kind of heartbreaking. It really leaves you feeling or wondering whether justice was actually served. But all in all, Aiza Khan, Humayun Saeed, oh my goodness, wow, like fantastic acting, fantastic storytelling. This one was amazing. And at number 1, this might be an unconventional choice, but for me, my top Pakistani drama is Bala. I love very sick and twisted shows, and Bala was exactly that. Ushna Shah killed it as Nigar, this sick, manipulative individual who just ruins everybody's life. But what was so interesting about her character is that she had a disability, and you usually see people with disabilities as more weak or not really having a lot of influence, but this was the opposite. She was able to pull the strings and just ruin everybody's life, and that I felt was brilliant. Because of her disability, she has this desire to feed her ego, and she wants to do that at all costs. And she keeps winning and winning and winning until the end, and the end is very satisfying for everybody who has been traumatized throughout the show. The end is just the cherry on top. Story-wise, I wouldn't really say Bala had the best story of all the Pakistani dramas I've watched, but the sinister vibe of the show and the shock value, there was a lot of shock value, and the soundtrack, those are the main reasons why I really like Bala. It is a drama that I can watch from beginning to the end, and I will still have that hype, that excitement, that agitation, that aggression, and that is why it is my favorite Pakistani drama. So those are my top 5 Pakistani dramas with 3 honorable mentions. As I mentioned, there's so many incredible shows, and I'm sure there's so many good ones that could be better than these that I haven't watched yet. So if you think there's some dramas that I have to watch, please let me know in the comment section. I really am looking forward to seeing what you think about this. Lekin tension mat lo, huh? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.